Hello everybody and welcome in to the Dragon's Den. I'm Grey Dragon Fox and today we're going to be going over how I play Thor. I get a bunch of people ask all the time, how do I play Thor? The way I play him, if you saw me live, then you know Thor is usually my go-to tank. I go really well with him a lot of times and he's old faithful. Let's get a couple quick matches in here and I can kind of explain how I play Thor. And you can see it in real time as we go. A lot of success in Rivals really depends on your team.
Or villain. I'm not judging.
When playing a tank, you definitely need at least 1 to 2 really good healers. And when matching with random players, it can be hard to do that. So a lot of this is gonna kind of depend on our healer's ability to keep us alive as we're in the fray. Now, I know a lot of people go and play a bunch of games and get their really good games and then voice record over them, but we're not going to do that. We're going to play it right now, and we're doing all this in one take. I want you all to be able to see it in real time.
30 seconds before you attack.
And if you have any questions or anything about what you see, please leave it in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer what I can in a timely manner, if possible, if at all possible, and see everybody succeed in playing their favorite god of thunder, Thor.
The battle starts in 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we have, looks like a Luna Snow, Cloak and Dagger, which is good. We have 2 healers, we have 2 DPSs, we have Psylocke, and we have Black Panther. Now, if they try to keep us off point, off the bat, we're going to rely on our DPS to make us an opening. That way, as a tank, we can get in there without having 3 to 5 people focus us. Alright, first thing I do is I try to go ahead and pop my lightning. It does massive damage. We're going to try to, we don't want to chase too deep, but we want to keep pressure on, pop our bubble so we can get our lightning back again. That's pretty much your bread and butter. That is your heavy smacks right there. Now, as you're in fray, you can dash. That gives you some overshield. We want to back up. We're getting overran. We're all in there alone. Like I said, right now I really need my DPS to kind of come and put some more work in. I'm going to try to push up a little bit on Namor, because I do not want him to get away. And I have an opening, but I'm getting out of line of sight from my healers, so they're not going to be able to help me if I go too far. Alright, let's get in here with Panther, see if we can stir it up some. See what we can kind of make happen here. So like right now, I really need a little bit more from my DPS. Let's take him out. We're going to go ahead and push back line, try to get Loki. He's out, and now we have point. A lot of it is being patient as a tank and knowing your openings. Because if not, you're just going to get overwhelmed when you run in there. Let's go ahead and take our thunder off. He's done bubbled. We're going to let him have that, because we don't want him to get on point. We're going to try to pull him back. We just don't want them to come over here. We want to stay close. And right now, we're just holding point. We've created so much of an opening, we can sit here and go ahead and kind of, you know, utilize our lightning, get our big smacks right here off, put in some major damage, make their healers work. We're going to wait until they kind of get in a little more before we pop ult. Ooh, Namor, good ult. That was good. That was very, very good ult. Now we're just going to hope that our DPS can kind of hold them off a little until I can get back. As you see, that's our first death. There we go. They're taking it over now, so we're going to have to turn around and play the same way to get back on point as we did before. I need to find my healers. There we go. We're going to pop lightning off the bat. We're going to go ahead and try to come in with a bone, take Namor out if possible. He's always a threat Ain't gonna be able to do much with that. We want to keep line of sight. There we go. She's ulting. And we're right back on point. We got a Hulk in the background. We do not want him on our back lines if all possible. He's done. Who else we got behind us? We got Groot. We're gonna go ahead and try to put a little help on Groot here. We're just pretty much trying to build our lightning back, or our bubble, while putting pressure. Alright, he's taking care of the healer. Checkpoint, we do not want to lose point. That's more of a distraction really than anything right now. He's probably going to hit me with that again at some point. We don't want that, but I don't know if it's actually going to be a blowable. Come on, get lightning. Ah, who exiled me? That was lame. Twice? Let's get back in here. Try to get to our healers now. Oh, too much, not Namor. We got Namored again. Alright. We have to. We're holding point. We're at 99%. We just got to get on point one more time and get them off point. That's all we got to do. They're in our back line. We're going to go try to help our healers because they are squishy. We can't let the squishies come in here by itself. I always dive in with that left trigger if I can. It gives me a nice little bonus. Oh, and I am getting overwhelmed. I got Groot ulted off the bat. Luna's popping her ult, so they pretty much, you can't really do a lot of damage to them at all right now. So we're just kind of have to take that one, sadly. And we'll move on to the next. That's our first round. But the idea with Thor, as you can see, is for distant enemies, you want to use lightning. If you can use them up close as well, the lightning itself really does probably his max damage output. That's the X button on Xbox right here. There's that little lightning. And then once you get that, if you're chasing or need a little bit of damage protection, you can always lunge. As you see, I went up to 725 health. It lasts for a minute, and we go back down to 625. And if you pop the shield, they get slowed inside the dome. And it also helps you build your lightning faster. So you can get right back to doing max damage. So you want to lead with your lightning. After you lead with your lightning, you can dive in, pop your dome, and then you can go right back to your lightning easily. His RB, his hammer throw, it does decent damage, but it takes a bar to throw it, one of his hammer charges. At that point, I feel like we're better off, really, trying to dive in before we actually get to going with that. We're just going to go with our ult, try to move off point some, see if we can get Bucky. There we go. We're going to keep that going with the lunge, keep our health up, try to stay on. Maybe take out this healer. I need the bubble. There we go. Bubble down. Bubble does so much damage. Once we get that electric. Alright, we don't want to push too far off point. And we don't want to leave our healers on their own. Watch out for those as well. I'm going to get up in his face. We don't want Winter Soldier to get cooking. He has such high DPS. We're going to try to spawn trap possibly right here. There we go. We dived in. We used our lightning. We led with it. Easily take out America. And then we got him right here. We're going to try to take out Winter. Come on. I'm getting surrounded. I ain't getting any heals. I need to get back. There we go. Like I said, you don't want to overextend and become an easy target. Because 3 DPSs will take you out super fast. We don't want to do that. We're just trying to really buy help for our healers. We're going to try to take this Groot out. There we go. That's the main thing you want to do is provide support, stay on point if you can, be the wall, but you have to keep line of sight with your friends. There you go. Because if not, they can't heal you if they can't see you. Number one right there. They cannot heal you if they cannot see you. Kind of keep them going right here.
I am ready to put
Get our lightning cooking. Yep, there we go. We got Winter out. Groot ulted us, but we're trying to get out. There we go. They brought a Magneto. She ulted. We need to get off that ASAP. Try to focus. We want to get Luna Snow out of here. There we go. We're just staying in it. We're using on one to keep our health up. We're kind of focusing Groot. We already got a lightning back. He's gone. Let's try to take Namor out. Oh, right here, he done bubbled. Where'd he go?
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
There's Captain America. He's gone. Or Captain America, Winter Soldier. And there's our dub on the second point. Let's go. One more round. This is how I Thor. I hope this helps watching with a little bit of explanation. It's kind of hard to talk focused about what I'm doing when I'm caught up in the moment, so please excuse me. And my horrible aim, I have just woken up. But it was important and I wanted to go ahead and get this video made so we could get it out here for everybody who wanted to see how we play the God of Thunder.
This universe calls on you to protect it.
Again, as you can see, I'm using my lunge and diving in to keep my health up and try to keep putting pressure. And then always going back for the lightning for the max damage output and to finish them off or to lead with it. And then after that, once we need more hammer charges, we pop her down when available.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
And then his ult is tricky.
We'll do this the same way we always
It's
do.
slow to come off. It will, for the most part, take out a bunch of support characters and DPS, but don't rely on it too much. Try to pop it when you're at full health after you lunge and get a little bit of resistance.
Watch me soar!
Or if you're close to healers, like we're going to try it right now. So we're just going to lunge in here. Didn't get anybody, but we moved everyone off. They are away from point. We're already capturing. They're going to have to deal with us. Focus Magneto. Jeff's going to come. We're going to turn on Jeff. AS. There we go. Try to get Jeff at least gone, moving away from Magneto so we can finish him off since we already got him low. Bring the lightning out. Our teammate was able to get an easy knock right there. Namor's in a bubble, and we're just going to get him as soon as he comes out. He's done. And just like that, we have took point. Point is being capped right now. They can go hold point. I'm going to try to keep this line. Dive in. Let's go to Confirm. See who we got. Do we want to engage further on the tanks? Watch out for the Jeff. Listen for the bells. There went the bells. As soon as you hear the bells, you know he's coming. Alright, we're going to take out Winter Soldier. He's gone. Most people cannot 1v1 Thor. It is not an easy thing to do by no means. Alright. Now we are just sitting here chilling on point. We're at 77%. They're going to have their ults built. They're going to be coming back with a passion to get to this thing. We want to hold our line. We want to stay with our healers. We do not want to just sit here in the middle of all their DPS. Now's a good time to focus Groot. He's on his own. And we're just going to break him real quick. And then we're going to turn on Namor again. He decided to push in. And there's our dub. So just like that, 2 out of 3 we were able to take that game. That's how I play Thor. It's more It's offensive, but mostly defensive. We didn't get the MVP, but that's okay. We were not going fully aggressive with Thor. We can push. We can do a Thor aggressive video. If you'd like to see it, let me know in the comments, and we will push Thor to his max. And I'll show you what that lightning really is able to accomplish. But if you look, we were 24-3. We had 5 assists. Look at all the damage blocked. Look at all the damage we put out with Thor. When people say he's not a DPS character, he can be. And that was us playing with him defensively as a team player on point, trying to protect our friends and our healers. But he can really be turned into an offensive weapon. All depends on how you play him. If I had another stationary tank like Strange or Magneto, I could really go aggressive and all out and push and dive in with Thor harder, and we could have easily got more kills in that game. But at that point, if I would have done that without another anchor, we would have been at risk to lose point a lot more often. We would not have had a solid front line at all. So Thor really can play both parts. He can be an anchor and a defensive line for your team, but he can DPS and push out as a tank. As you see, look, the Scarlet Witch barely had me by 1,000 damage, and she was chasing constantly. So that's it. That's how you play Thor. I hope you learned something. Like I said, the biggest keys I got for you is when you go and you're in the mix, make sure to get your damage reduction and overshield from the lunge. Also, use your lightning as often as possible, and your dome shield to get back your lunges, to get back your lightning faster. It also slows them down when they're in the dome trying to 1v1 you. If you can isolate them out with Thor, you have a huge advantage of being able to quickly eliminate them on your own. But Thor can also hold his own against multiple threats at the same time, as long as you keep his overshield active and you stay active. But just remember, Thor depends a lot on at least a healer, at least one healer that knows what they're doing. So try to stay in sight of your healer. If they can't see you, they can't heal you, and eventually you will run out of HP. So other than that, if you are offensive Thor, if you're a DPSing, make sure you know where your green health packs are, so you can rotate and you can get around to them easily. His lunge is really good for that. If you need to get out and try to get to a health pack fairly quickly, you can lunge right to it. But that does it. That's how I play Thor. Let me know how you play Thor down in the comments, and y'all remember to like this video and subscribe for us. All the support is much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and y'all have the best day possible. Bye-bye.